I know you've seen time lapse before, but I wanted to bring you to the end of the long ones. So this is the end of the long ones. We've got to put them away yet. But this is the end of the long ones. So you're virtually doing twice as much because they're twice as long, aren't they? So I'll get these again, pile them up high so they're easy to reach. I'll make one tall pile with them up against there and then work my way straight down them. We're getting there. We are getting there. I found it easier to restack them. These are at a level like just they're at arm's length now. So I'll come halfway down there, maybe restack them once more so you're not on the floor. If I'd left them here, I'd be working them and on the floor and bending over. So yeah, we'll put them up there. We'll get rid of these in there. I think I'm going to pull them all off again, the short ones, because these are quite long and they might twist off the end. So I'm going to take them off, put them on there on top of the long ones, and then we'll start restacking them again. But each step we do is another step closer. Yeah, and let me tell you, let me just show you. Can you remember how big the stack was? Woo, we're getting there. We are getting there. Next time's a short one, so these will build up here now. So I'm going to work my way through, but there's a lot more garbage and rubbish here, so we might fire up the saw and cut all the bad bits out. So I was thinking of putting some sort of dredging mechanism here that just sort of clips in and out, that runs alongside here, that doesn't foul the drawers, so the drawers still open and shut. In line with this leg here somehow, say a post this big. Run this up to the top. Unfortunately, it doesn't marry up with the joints because otherwise it would just be a bolt through the top and let it swing, wouldn't it? Yeah, it's got to be something sort of clipped in. Maybe some sort of securely clipped in there and then securely clipped in the bottom. Easy to put in and out. Just so it come along, clip. So this lot can't fall, and as long as there's clearance here when you come to get some wood, you know it's safe to take away. Yeah, what can we do? Some sort of easy, nothing too secure, nothing to only just stop them from falling. How are we going to secure the top somehow? Yeah, because otherwise it just sits here, doesn't it? Use the bend in the wood. I could run another beam across the top there, pinch that one. We've got plenty of wood to bridge across there. Some sort of clipping mechanism or hook onto. We've got room to go up above and back down again, haven't we? Yeah, we can do something like that, can't we? And use the strength of the roof beam. And then do something with this post here. Just a simple clip or something. We've got to think about that, haven't we? Yeah, just to stop. The more I fill it, and they're quite thin. It's quite wobbly, and it will settle a certain amount. Just one will do, won't it? Just to catch it if it moves. I need to do something like that. And not sticky out too much so that we can get the car up here still. Yeah. We need to figure something out. Pretty quick, sharp, I think. Run a beam along here. We've got enough height to be able to hook this in somehow. Just lift it up and hook it in. And it'd be dangling there then, wouldn't it? And then put some sort of clip measuring chain or a hole in here through there with a bit of a homemade handle this end, so we just wind it in just to stop this lot from falling. if it decided. Yeah, that's probably a job for tomorrow. That's probably tomorrow's priority. So we can put it up there. And if it does fall, we've got something to catch it. Because I don't really want to go to the faff of strapping, running a strap up the back there, feeding it out under here and ratchet strapping it. Every time you want it, you've got to undo the strap. I want to get to it quickly. Or if I have to move 20 pieces to get to the piece I want, type of thing. Yeah. So every now and again, put a tie in when you're making a stack. When you've got them back level again. I know they'll settle, but as long as they're touching both ends and there's not too much of a bend in it all, it'll just help it all tie together. I know you're losing height. In effect, we've lost 4 planks across here in height, but we've used a little thin one, that's all it needs. And that will just hold this front edge. So if the front doesn't fall, it won't take the back with it. Because we've got plenty of width and we rest it up against the wall here. So yeah, now and again, when you think it's getting a bit wobbly, put a tie in it. Tie them together. We're doing okay. The long ones, the very long ones, and the next ones up, there might be a few more in there. I'm hoping the most of this will disappear there and the rest of these will fit in there. And then the extra long ones, or the long ones that go in there, will go in there. We've got a bit of that to get rid of. I think we're going to just about make it. We're nearly at the top there, aren't we? We're nearly at the top. But we can go, and we can stretch it further if we want. I may have made a mistake, as in putting all them ones there in the middle of the pack, but I've still got these here, and I don't envision anything big coming along. They're still bigger than a fence, so I'm not too worried. And if it's worthy of that job, then we'll have to dig them out, won't we? I don't know what you think about the squareness of it, the levelness of it. Do you think it's going to fall over? Do you think it's all going to fall off? We've got our bridges in here, look. Got a bridge there. Got a bridge there. So that, in effect, the weight of that will be making these stable. All we've got to do is make that stable and run it backwards slightly. Plus put our contraption in here to lock them in, maybe. Yeah. So, look at this. What first, when they first came, you thought it was mission impossible. We depalleted them, and did we? Pulled them all apart, and we're in the middle of going through the nails. I reckon one more session, and that'll be done. And that'll be packed away there. It's surprising how much, how big they looked in the garage when they first come. I will be making a film of, from beginning to end. We ain't quite ended, but every time you come in, every time you do a bit. Plus, let me tell you, if you can store wood in your workshop, in your space or whatever, the smell in here, it's God's air freshener. It's it really smells nice in here with all this wood in here. Really, when you come in, it's been shut, and you come in, it's been shut a few days. You come in, proper sort of woody, sort of smelling air freshener type thing, Anyway, I think that's about it for now, for this session. We haven't even started going through the nails yet. Yeah, they worth recovering. Do they want straight in? Could you use them as is there, without them going astray too much? Possibility, isn't it? They're all fairly, obviously you get real bad ones, tap them. You don't really want to tap every one of them, but see, you could use that, couldn't you, if you're looking for fairly straight nails? So we've got that to do as well. Consider the amount of wood we had. This is the wastage and brushing up from the pry bar stuff. So that's what came from the floor here, using the pry bar, dust and nails and all the rest, bits of wood and that. It's a couple of completely shot lengths to be got rid of. Kit of the stuff here bits of wood and whatever from there, which was the end pieces. We've got a few pieces here. The pieces that I've been ignoring, the rough pieces, are here. There's quite a few buried in there, but you know, we won't lose 10% to the garbage, will we? So actually, I could easily say we've recovered. Okay, these would want rechecking, and you know, as you're making something, you'll have cut-offs and whatever. But I could confidently say, and of course, we have been stacking away bad bits of wood. So obviously this would be cut off and not used. Maybe that would be bypassed or put in the back of a shelf somewhere. But I think I can confidently say that we've recovered an easy 90%, haven't we, of what came in. Yeah, especially when we attack the nails. Really pleased.